fifth day of continuous webinar. Thank you all the participants for your participation. Your participation inspires us to continue this program and gives us strength. And thank you all the faculties, those who are sharing your knowledge completely here to promote other doctors also and to share the knowledge to win-win. Those who are winning, and together we are winning. Thank you. Thank you so much. And today's our guest is Dr. Nithya PS. She has taken many classes for us before also. She is BHMS and MA in psychology, PG in counseling, and she's an NLP trainer and nodal officer of Oppam project of Government of Kerala and medical officer of Maranellur, Thiruvananthapuram, and consultant counselor for adolescent mental health. And she took 200 and more than 200 classes for the public awareness, and she's the winner of many awards and more than 23 years of clinical experience. I'm welcoming you, madam, to our webinar.
Thank you, madam. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. Okay.
And you are the co-host now. You can share the slides.
Okay. So, good evening to all of you. Let me introduce myself once again. I'm Dr. Nithya, Medical Officer, APHC Kandala, Maranellur, Trivandrum. So, my topic today is happy hormones and homeopathy. Before talking about this happy hormones, why I'm talking about this happy hormones? Because see, a lot of diseases have its origin. I think a lot of diseases have the origin from mind, that is psychosomatic. So, for these psychosomatic diseases, before talking about the psychosomatic diseases and the happy hormones, what I wish to share is that from where these happy hormones are secreted and what are these happy hormones, and these happy hormones, does it influence any way in the disease mechanism or in our metabolism and all type of metabolic disorders? Does this happy hormones have any effect? And what to do with homeopathy? That's a big question, because in this scenario, what we see is that we see a lot of fruits, and we are treating and we are giving medicines on the fruits. But what happened is the root is there and the disease is staying on the roots and seeds. So the treatment should start from the seeds or root itself. So for that, the homeopathy is the first system and the best system. Why? That's a question. So before explaining these happy hormones and what are the happy hormones and how to enhance these happy hormones, what I wish to share is that our homeopathy came to force on, I think, upon the 17th to 18th century. Between 17th and 18th century, our homeopathy came to force. And on that century itself, Hanuman had found out, our founder Samuel Hanuman had found out, that is, I think so, because in homeopathy, other than medicines, what are the other auxiliary systems explained by Samuel Hahnemann? That made me think of these happy hormones. That is, in our last aphorisms.
Doctor, you're muted. Please unmute, doctor. Okay.
Okay. See, okay. Am I audible? Yes. Okay. So from on that 18th century or 17th century middle itself, Hanuman had thought of indirectly these happy hormones, and he found out the what the treatment measures or the auxiliary measures. I think he planned on that century itself. Why? Because I will explain it on the following words. That is, so what are the happy hormones? The main happy hormones are: number 1, dopamine; number 2, oxytocin; and number 3, serotonin. and number 4, endorphins. Other than that, some more happy hormones are being explained nowadays. But the main happy hormones are these 4 happy hormones. So, before explaining the effect of homeopathy and how to link it to homeopathy, first of all, let me say how the happy hormones are secreted. That is, other than medicine, how these happy hormones are secreted. So, number 1 is a dopamine. So, dopamine is a major number 1 happy hormone. So,
Madam, again, you are muted. I think how it is happening.
any effect on the our metabolic normal metabolism, we have to think of whether this dopamine is having any effect on the metabolism, and any mental hurts will cause break in the flow of dopamine. That is a next question. So first of all, let us think of how the dopamine is secreted. Dopamine is secreted when that is the first thing that we have to think of. So because dopamine, whenever the dopamine is secreted, what happens is that our body will be in a balanced state. That means our metabolic disorders will be in a balanced state, and no metabolic disorders or no catabolism is happening. Metabolism is going in a smooth way. So when all conditions this dopamine is secreted, number 1, rewards. See, whenever we usually see that whenever we are whenever we are rewarding, because in case of see, I am running an adolescent mental health cell. So whenever cases come to us, what I am giving, the first medicine what I give to them is appreciation, acceptance, and rewards. That's the first way to increase the dopamine level of a student or an adolescent or any person, even wives, even women. Because why women is going on creating extra relationships and extra marital relationships? Had you ever think of it? Why? Because this dopamine, that reward giving is being completely rejected, I think, after marriage. Before marriage, reward giving is happening. But after marriage, there is no reward giving is given. Reward giving is an important way to increase the dopamine level from age 2 or 1 to age 2 to age 80. Because everybody likes rewards. If you put a message on a WhatsApp or a Facebook, or if you put a photo or a pic on a Facebook or anything, if we give a thumb to them, or if we give an appreciation, a token, what happens is that it doesn't increase the dopamine of them only, but it will increase dopamine of ourselves also, because we are increasing, our mental strength is increasing, we are becoming happy. Rewarding others is the first way to increase the dopamine levels. But what we are doing is that usually what happens is that usually males have a tendency to reward others, but females have the tendency to reward others is very low. Females doesn't, if a female rewards a female may reward a male, but a female won't rewards a female itself. That's why, because why it's happening, because of the female hormones. Okay, so what we have to do for this increasing the dopamine level is that number 1, being with the nature. See, nowadays what happened to children, why they are sweeping to depression? The main cause is that they are not going out to nature. Spending time with nature will increases the dopamine levels. How to increase, how to spend time in the nature? That means social gathering, conveying with friends, staying in a room or staying in flats or something like closed spaces, that won't increases the dopamine level. How much we are communicating, how much we are making social gatherings, that will increases the dopamine level. In our early families, it was joint families. So there was no need to increase anything to do for the dopamine level to go to nature, something just like that, because inside the family itself, dopamine level increasing moments are very much inside the families. But nowadays, what is happening is that all are being nuclear families. So what happened is that there is no social gatherings, no social rewardings, no appreciation. So what happened is that whatever the child do, the parents, what they're doing is that they're expecting more and more. The child is not getting rewards. So whenever, whatever occasions we can give rewards, because what happens if we're giving rewards, that will stroke us, not for them only, that will stroke us also. That will create a positive energy, increases the dopamine level of us. Okay. So number one is this dopamine. And the number two, let us talk about this oxytocin. Oxytocin. So oxytocin is usually touch hormone. Touch hormone. That's also a hormone to be discussed in detail. That is, if for us doctors also, it's a very important thing. That's oxytocin effect. Why? Because see, this dopamine, before entering into the oxytocin, let me explain one more thing. That is, there is a syndrome called dopamine syndrome. Had you ever? I don't think I think somebody may hear about it. This dopamine syndrome. So what is this dopamine syndrome? Dopamine syndrome is that if we are getting, if a person is calling us at a regular time, he is calling us at night 7 p.m. and he's continuing this call again and again, or he's chatting with us again and again, and the person on the other side is getting a positive feedback from that another person. So what happened is that this dopamine level started rising and rising. But one problem is that this dopamine, this type of chatting and this type of pleasures, what happened is that will reach a peak on about 1.5 years, up to 9 to 12 months, the dopamine level will rise to a peak and then decline. So that is happening in this type of distant relationships. See, now the term of relationship is itself vanished. Now it's situationship. Almost all the clients are coming and telling doctor, I have a situationship with that person. I don't, they are not saying that I have a relationship with that person. Such a difference, the scenario has changed. So this dopamine, see, this dopamine effect is seen in such cases where chatting is continuing and chatting is giving a positive pleasure to the person on the other side. So they, what happened is that this dopamine level will start rising, and after some time what happened is that it won't give any pleasure and started declining up. Then what happened, the warmth of the relationship will break up. So that's a dopamine effect. Such an impact dopamine is having on the body. And the second one is this oxytocin. So what is this oxytocin hormone and how it affects our body? That's very important. Oxytocin is a hormone that will secreted in our body whenever there is touch and love making. So so this oxytocin effect can be utilized by doctors while consulting the patients, because whenever a patient come to us, simply talking with them won't give any confidence to the patient. But if you are examining the patient by palpating the pulse, or if you are examining the patient by putting the steth on their chest or something just like that, or if you're having any type of touch communication with the patient, what happened is that it will gain the confidence of the patient. It will create a confidence of the patient on the doctor. So this oxytocin effect can be used in our clinics and our dispensaries. So whenever this oxytocin is increased, how can we increase oxytocin hormone normally and naturally? That's the second question. That is, if we are usually we must spend maximum time with the kids by touching them. How? By either scrubbing their head, scrubbing their hair, palpating their back. There you see, one thing what we have to think about rearing or parenting is that, see, we all know there are some points on the back of the spine. That is, those who are doing meditations can know the spots. That is, there will be chakras are there. That is Vishuddha chakra, Anahata chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Mooladhara chakra, and lot of chakras are there on the back. So for our kids, when we are parenting, what we had to palpate the spine, palpate the head, and touching their hands, and also what to do with that. Next, what to do that? Hugging them. That will increase the oxytocin levels of the kids very nicely. So how the oxytocin will causes impact upon the kid is that it will increases their happy mood. It's a mood stabilizer. So whenever we can give touch to our kids, we have to touch the kids. Also for the patients, we are giving a touch effect either through the step or by palpating or by pulse palpating or something just like that. That will give a 25% healing. That's oxytocin effect. And the next third one is the serotonin. Serotonin is another one hormone. That is, it's also considered as a happy hormone. So that's a serotonin. Whenever the serotonin is increased, serotonin and endorphins, whenever it's increased, that's also very important question. That is, these two hormones are increased through physical activities. Which are the physical activities that we mean? Exercises. How to exercise? Painful exercises won't increase the serotonin levels or the endorphin levels. Then what increases the serotonin endorphin levels? Exercises that will cause happiness to us. How? By gathering, doing yogas. Why do we do yogas by gatherings? Because single doing exercise is not better for us, because it would increases happy hormones. But if you're talking and spending time with our friends and doing exercise by with pleasure, that will increases the serotonins and the endorphins. So exercise means only exercise? No. Then other than what all that, walking increases the this serotonin and endorphin levels. Then what all things increases the serotonin and endorphin levels? Pampering the pets, spending some time with the pets, spending some time in the parks or something just like that. Some fishes, yes, just like that. Just that type of communications will increases the serotonin and the endorphin levels. That's upon the happy hormones. And how it can be linked to homeopathy? That's the next question. That is, see, usually what happens is that what I am thinking about this homeopathy is that Hanuman had explained about these happy hormone effect on our auxiliary measures. What are the auxiliary measures explained by Hanuman? Massage. Number 2, electricity. Number 3, bath. In what water? Lukewarm water. The same thing is being discovered now, that lukewarm water bath will increases the happy hormones. And the next what all methods? So these things, that is magnetism, electricity, bath, and all that auxiliary measures will increases the happy hormones. So these all, what I say is that these all must be added to homeopathy. So what happen is that with the medication treatment for the cases, why how our medicines act and how these happy hormones can be brought back to normal. Because if a patient come to other system of medicine, either before the, I'm not blaming any system, but usually what happened to the other system of medicine is that they will give a medicine to the conscious mind only. So conscious mind is just a representation of what is happening today. But the patient will be having a CD record which is on the subconscious mind or on the unconscious mind. So how the homeopathic medicines can be brought can increases the happy hormones is that if you do these type of, if you do the exercises or pampering the pets or spending time with these all measures can't increase the happy hormones, then what to do? Then what to do? First of all, we have to find out, we have to remove the hurt. What happened in their mind? That has to be removed. Then only these type of measures added to them after removing the hurts, by giving these auxiliary measures, we can, by supporting with these auxiliary measures, the person can be brought back to normal, where he can live without any medicine and continuing this auxiliary measures, he can go on. But if the person had any hurt, which all hurt happened? Either it's a depression, or what happened? Either it's a case of trust issue, that the person, how, first of all, we have to think of the mental states that homeopathy we are handling. That is, if a patient is sweeping to depression, we have medicines. We have medicines on different level. That is, if the patient is having depression and if the patient is reached to a point of suicide, we have syphilitic range of medicines. If the patient is sweeping to depression, the patient has become completely silent. If he is not responding, he become introverted and he is not responding, then we have such type of medicines. If the patient had a lot of depressions and he is showing it in a way, loquacious way, we have medicines. And if the patient went through a lot of hurts, and what happened is the patient become completely silent, he's not responding. And if the patient went through I will discuss the medicine simply one and one later. but I'm just jumping to I just jumping to some of the medicine and just running on. And if the patient went through a lot of depressions, and how the patient is responding is that patient is responding violently, we have medicines. If the patient went through a lot of hurt, and how the patient became, he's become completely suspicious that the whole world is against me. And if the patient went through a mental hurt, the patient becomes schizophrenic. That is, he is either hearing sounds. Whether here is hearing abnormal sounds, whether he is scared, he is feeling that everybody is against me. They're trying to trap me. There is medicines. So what is for me? What does it mean? We have medicines for these whole type of psychosomatic diseases. Let us. I will say the medicines what all later. Before that, I just want to convey another one sphere where we can use our homeopathy. That is number one. That is the deficiency or something may lead to some type of mental issues. That means if the patient is struggling through a lot of, if the patient is having some deficiency, see now it has been discovered that for the secretion of these happy hormones, the most essential element is described discovered is magnesium. Deficiency of magnesium may causes what happened, these type of depressions. Deficiency of sodium may causes these type of different depressions or mental unstableness. Also, deficiency of certain potassium elements causes depressions and these type of mental issues. Also, next, metabolic disorders, that is obesities, emaciations. For that also, deficiency of iodine. So these type of deficiencies was discovered in the 17th century in homeopathy. And you see, what I want to explain is that let us first discuss about the deficiency of the iodine. That is deficiency of iodine. Iodine has been discovered by in the 17th century that causes thyroid disorders. And how homeopathy and other systems work. Let us compare. Then we'll understand what we can do with homeopathy. Actually, what is happening in homeopathy is that homeopathy is a true system which can heal, because in our clinics, what we experience is that we see a lot of thyroid cases. The patient, we feel very sad to go through such cases, but we can't react because we don't have money. We homeopaths don't have money, so we have not getting a platform to respond. So what is happening is that if a patient is discovered, or the patient is detected to be having a thyroid deficiency. So what the other systems are doing, I'm not blaming any system. What the other systems are doing, if they found, first of all, they go for a TFT. And in the TFT, what happens is if the TSH level, we check the TSH level. And the TSH level, if it is declined, or if the TSH level is raised above 4.5 or 5, it's raised, it's said to be hypothyroid. And what the other systems do, they're supplementing this thyroid hormone tablet. So what is happening to that patient? What is happening to that patient is the patient is sweeping to depression. And what is happening next? The patient is continuing these drugs for about 4 to 5 years. What is happening? The patient is having growths, tumor growths, and nodules in the thyroid gland. So next, what is the choice? They will go for a thyroid scan. So what we see in the thyroid scan, we are seeing nodules. So for that type of treatment, then what happens? They'll go for an FNAC. And in that FNAC, what is happening? It's a colloidal nodule and it's having calcifications. What happened? It will going to the next phase. This is what is happening in the other systems. But what our system is doing, what it is doing is that what deficiency causes this hypothyroidism? See, let us go to the symptoms of this hypothyroidism, obesity. Next, what is happening? The patient is sweeping to depression. Next, what is happening? Constipation. For that, all type of symptoms. So we'll check what is the deficiency there, and the patient, we are taking the symptoms on the symptomatic level. And what we see is that, you see, what element deficiency that led to the patient to such a condition, that biochemic is taken and we are supplementing it. So what is happening is that, see, I have a lot of cases, I have reports in my hand where colloidal nodule and nodules had seen with triad 4. Colloidal nodules with triad 4 is seen, or triad 4, and that case is it sweep down within 1 month treatment, it sweep down back to triad 1 or normal state. So these are the cases where homeopathy is working. Why it's working? Because what happened to the patient? Because the patient may went through an emotional hurt. For the emotional hurt, what is the level of treatment to give? Just hormones. For that cases, for the happy hormone to act, what we should do? What we should do is that we have to first of all clear up the emotional hurt that happened to the patient and find out whether it's what is the state of the present state of the patient. The patient is on the state of either is the patient is on the state of suicide. Suicide on itself, there are different drugs respond to suicide differently. If it's an ormet, how it will respond? How it will respond is that see, this ormet patient is having. Let us discuss about in the thyroid cases. Let us discuss or compare some of the mental status of these type of drugs. Number one is this ormet. How the ormet will respond? Oh, see, ormet will completely join with the family. They will go for a dinner. They will completely have a good relationship with all. Have a fun, have a party, everything, and on that light on that night itself, the person will commit suicide. That is an ornament by syphilis. So each drug will respond in a different way. That is, if a thyroid patient come to us and the patient is seeing the symptoms, what we have to go through is that we have to keenly watch what is the final mental status of the patient. So what happened is that just go through we'll get a symptom on the conscious level. And see, sedating a patient through the conscious mind doesn't cause any healing to the patient. Why? Because if you're healing a patient on the conscious mind, what does it mean? Conscious mind means it's just only a outline picture. What I said is it's just a fruit, and the reason and the cause is there in the seed and the root. So that is a way of treatment to give treatment to the fruit. So that is what is happening in this type of thyroid hormone tablet treatment, creating a lot of patients each and every day. So what happened is that the disease condition is becoming more and more complicated. So what to do for that? What to do for that? We have to change the lifestyles. How? That is, what are the measures to do? Increases the happy hormones, we have to go with that. And how to use the homeopathy? We have to use the homeopathy in such a way. Earlier, I discussed about the medicine ornament. It has come on to the other type of medicines. See, we usually think of this ornament only for the suicidal disposition. We think not. No, there are a lot of medicines is having our drugs having a suicidal dispositions. But for the psychotic type of drugs, what happens is they will simply say and they won't commit it in such a speedily way. But they will commit. They will also commit suicide. But they will respond in a different way. If it's a carcinosin, how it will be responding for these type of emotional hurts, or for this type of thyroid patients, or this type of emotional hurts, how they will respond, that will be a different way. And for each type of cases, if you are going to a homeopathic doctor, what it happened is that, so what I'm wishing to say is that if you want to create a lot of patients, day by day, go for the other system of treatment. And if you want to count down the number of patients, all those who are hearing this, not only those doctors who are hearing it, the common people and the outside homeopaths who are hearing it, just please come out and do maximum you can do. Because I'm not talking about just because I'm a homeopath. I had experience in my family itself where homeopathic treatment helped. Homeopathic treatment only helped because somebody are leaving just because of the homeopathic treatment in my family. So I'm sticking on to this homeopathy. It's a true system. So I'm just continuing. Next, what I wish to say is that these type of deficiencies and the emotional hurts should be treated. Homeopathy is treating in such a way. For the hurt, what happened? If a patient come to us, if the patient is saying, some ladies will come to us and say, they'll be more suspicious. And they will say that, so I said, doctor, my husband is having a such type of relationship with such a person and that all. Don't think that person is having insane or something just like that. She may went through her emotional hurt. That hurt made her in such a position that that made her suspicious. So Suspicious medicines are there are a lot of medicines which are suspicious. Epi is suspicious. Lacus is not only Lacus is a suspicious medicine. Natramur is a suspicious medicine. Lacus is a suspicious medicine. There are a lot of medicines. So, but what status is now the patient is presenting? We have to take the case in such a status and make a good rapport with the patient. And after making a good rapport, they will open up. They will start opening. Don't give medicine for this type of cases. Please don't give medicine on first sitting. Take case more deeply, and they will open up the mind, enter the mind, and we should find out what is the emotional hurt, and we give medicines. But usually, what happens is that for some cases, for these type of cases, what happens is that these happy hormones, it's easy to take a class on happy hormones, but secretion of a happy hormone is not an easy task. Why? Because if a person went through a lot of emotional stress, and if the person is still continuing in such a type of stress, and if the person can't escape in such a type of situation, what happens is that the nerve will be sensitized in such a way that what happened? These their vagus nerve. See, usually the happy hormones, the stimulating nerve for this happy hormones is vagus nerve, and this vagus nerve will be in such a way that it will be become more insensitive, but not working. So, what is homeopathy to do in that cases? Homeopathy can do where biochemics. Which biochemic? Lot of biochemics. Number one, caliphos. Why? Kali, potassium is a medicine that is having very wonderful effect. Phosphorus, next medicine, wonderful effect on the nerves, especially upon the vagus nerve. So, see, so caliphos can stimulate. Caliphos may cause this for controlling the depression or bringing down the depression. This caliphos acts very wonderfully. Next medicine, which is a biochemic, calcareophos. How the calcareophos acts? See, calcareophos is a medicine which is acting very important action on the spine. So what happened is that if you give medicine biochemic effect, so what is the effect of this biochemics on the body? They will act upon the minute and the minutest nerves and the blood vessels. So if you take a case upon this type of depressions, and so see, you also want to find out what is the mental status of the caliphos. Caliphos and calcareophos are also having a lot of mind symptoms. So go to the mind symptoms, and if it suits nicely, this calcareophos can be used as a biochemic after giving a drug on the emotional hurt. If you give a drug on this nerves also, what happened is that the patient's nerve also started properly working and will come back to the normal. See, I had a case. Let me say one case. I had a case where the last SSLC exam, I had a case where the girl came to us with a lot of depression cases. And what she said was, doctor, I don't know what is happening. I study everything, but when I enter the examination hall, my hands started wetting profusely. And what happened is, I can't write. I know everything, but I can't put it on the paper. I will lose everything, and my head become completely blank. That was the case. And what happened is that she went through a lot of failures in life. She saw a lot of failures in life. So what happened is her confidence went out. So after giving proper counseling through confidence, and after giving what is the emotional hurt she happened, and we gave caliphos medicine, what happened is that she wrote very nicely and she got full A plus. So this all is happening in homeopathy. What is happening? But what we are struggling is that we homeopaths, who are genuine homeopaths, what we are struggling is that we don't need any money. But what injustices are happening in this world is not coming out to force. Not coming out. Why? Because the whole real system is being buried deep and deep, and what is the fraud systems are coming up and up. So we have to react and respond to that. So the common people who are hearing this, they all should come out and react to this wonderful system which was discovered on the 17th century. So see, these type of happy hormones, elements which are deficiency, and the happy hormones secreting things and auxiliary measures had been discovered by the poor man, so Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, 17th century, and we are not using the system. See, because see, homeopathy is not developing. Hahnemann had wrote about the auxiliary system on the 17th century. Up to this year, up to the 21st century itself, we are not using this auxiliary systems. Why can't we add the massage, electricity, bath? See, lukewarm water is found to be found to be very effective in increasing this happy hormones. It was discovered by Hahnemann 17th century with this lukewarm water. This lukewarm water is found to be effective is discovered only now by the other systems. That is the effect of homeopathy, but we are not using it correctly. If we are using it correctly, what happens is that because this massage and all that, what is happening is that for massage, a touch or massage, what happened for the massage? Massage or oxytocin. Oxytocin is being increased. So what happens is that the patient will be healed in such a way. So what I wish to say is that for the biochemics and the for the constitutional drugs, what we need and what is the emotional hurt, what happened, and if you open up the case through the conscious mind, if you enter the subconscious mind, and if you go to the unconscious mind itself, the case will open. See, lot of cases are coming, lot of cases. See, I had a case which come from a tele medicine was given to a client who called me. She was on the brim of the CA stage. And what happened is she was going on all signs, hair fall, emaciation, and all symptoms was there. And for that case, what was a symptom I got was that she doesn't want anything to do in that phase because she was a doctor and she can't do she has no phase to open up her abilities. She was locked in such a phase and the conditions can't be changed. That was the emotional hurt that she went off. If the conditions of the life had changed and gave a constitutional medicine and with the biochemics, what happened? She came back to normal state. This is happening everywhere. But what happened is it's not coming to force. So next, let us come out. Let us discuss some of the hormones, some of the medicines with their difference. I am just explaining why. Because see, we are parenting, we are parents, and we are parenting our kids. So what we have to think is giving food and giving clothes, giving shelter, giving money. That won't cause us any mental stamina, don't increases a happy hormones or mental health of the child. Then what to do with it? What to do to increase the say happy hormones? Number one, spend maximum time with the kids. How? Give maximum touch to the kids. Give maximum hugs to the kids. Why? Because if you don't want to go to a counselor and don't want to go to a psychiatric treatment, what we should do is that give maximum pleasure time to the kids and throw out the kids to the nature. Let them play with the neighbors. Let them spend some time with the grandparents. What happened is that if we in the joint family, so go on to the social gatherings, and what happened is that not only increasing the happy hormones, the child's what happened is that the child's mental health and the confidence level of the child will increases because they won't get afraid. Nuclear families, we're giving if we're taking the child, usually what happens is that our level of system, what happens is we're leaving in small spaces or something flats or just like that. We're taking giving the kids either exercises or we are taking the kids to some games, some place or something just like that. What happened is that it will only create physical exercise only. It won't give any mental health to the kid. If you are expecting a mentally healthy kid or a kid with a lot of happy hormones, why we are saying again and again increases the happy hormones naturally? Why? Because if you are training the kids to stay, our kids have went through a lot of COVID phases. So to stop the mobile is not an easy task. But so what happened is their habitat formed in such a way that they spend their most time in four walls. And what they're doing, spending most of the time in the screen space. They're enjoying the screen space. They want to they are creating friendship. They are not getting the parents. They're not getting enough time to spend with the parents. So what to do inside the family? Talk with your child. Like here, give the ears to the kids. Why? Because I see if you reach we adults, what happens is we reach a phase. So our happy hormone increasing levels will reach a certain point after an age. Then happy hormone will shoot up only in a slowly phase. So for the kids, what is happening? Their happy hormones will shoot up very speedily and very nicely. How? Give them enough time. How? Let's spend a lot of time with the kids. Then what to do next? Throw them out to the nature. Let them play outside. So these are the measures where we can increase the happy hormones. And if we don't do, what happens is that what happened to the kids? That is another phase. If we want the happy hormones to increases, but the child will not respond, child is not responding, then what we can do is that for that cases the homeopathic physicians are there. For what? For that cases, we have to find out the cause. What happened? What make the child in such a phase? And see what we see usually in clinics is that usually before some years, what we see is that these thyroid patients are coming only after about 18, 19, 20 and such that. Also, diabetic patients are coming only about 30 above. Nowadays, what is happening? Usually, I had a case some days back. A girl came with vertigo. A small kid, so she's studying in 4th standard. She came with vertigo, and the father is saying, the doctor, she's having vertigo. Don't know why. We went through all the tests, and everything is found to be negative, and she's not having, her HB is found to be normal, and everything is normal. Went through all of the states, and I said just go for HbA1c, and what I found was it was 16. So she was found to be chronic diabetic. So that is the case happening. So in that cases, what we can do? So if the cases reach a certain point, what we can do is that first of all, what we can do is to give treatment maximum to increases the hormones. If we give a treatment, if we give a hormone treatment or just like that, what is happening? The organs won't respond at all. If you give insulin or some treatment for a long phase, what is happening is that pancreas won't respond. Then what is happening if you're giving a hormone treatment for the thyroid cases? What is happening? Thyroid hormone tablet, if continuous treatment for thyroid hormone for 3 to 4 years, what is happening? That will create tumors. For the insulin treatment, what is happening? Same pancreatic tumors are coming. Then next, what to do? Go for, if a pancreatic tumors are coming, go for CA19 plus, it will be positive. So for that cases, what we have to do is that the small kids go for the physical level ways to increases the happy hormones. If they reach a particular point, that if they are diseased, they reach a particular point, then what to do? Go to the homeopathic treatment or the consult treatment, and go the auxiliary measures and come back, bring the child back to the normal. That's a way to bring out the person to normal. So I think it's time to wind up. And if any doubts, we can discuss.
Thank you, Dr. Nithya. It was excellent. And human is a social animal, and try to live the social life, try to continue the social life, that itself secretes happy hormones. That is the content of that. Anyway, it was excellent. And the participants, if you have any questions, please raise your hands and ask question to Dr. Nithya. I think nobody have doubt, I think. Dr. Danesh? Dr. Ram Parvesh Shah, what's your opinion? Have you listened the class?
Thank you, Dr. Anjani. Congratulations, Dr. Nithya, Madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Presentation, dynamic lecture, and you are dynamic lectures and deals happy hormones. Happy hormones increase due to three engineering in the body. Electrical engineering. Electrical engineering.
Yes.
Of hormones increase, happy hormone, deficiency of electrical engineering. Electrical engineering is called emotional, जो है functional, and जो है hormone increase, happy hormone increase.
Sir.
To mechanical engineering, deficiency of hormones, then increase mechanical injury, damage of organs,
Sir.
damage of organs, liver, thyroid, yani a part of system, damage
Yes,
of a
sir.
part of system,
Yes,
and
sir.
chemical engineering. Chemical engineering, so there are very nice, there are many kinds of uh, depend happy hormones. Happy
Yes, sir.
hormones, very good emotional and exercise lifestyle. It is deals lifestyle is the best
Sir.
system. Lifestyle best hormones increase and endocrine glands increase the happy hormones and growth mentally and physically
Yes, sir.
according to law of
Thank you,
homeopathy.
Dr. Ram Parvesha. Now, Dr. Jayachandran, you can ask now, please. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Nithya, good
Sir,
evening.
sir.
Good evening. You have taken a very good speech this evening.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Can we increase these happy hormones by hearing jokes and by
Yogas.
laughing yogas, and
Yeah,
by
sir. Sure,
attending the city
sure.
club,
Sure,
etc.?
sure. It increases because see, if we're forming groups and laughing, that's a very best level to increases the happy hormones. Social gatherings. See, these type of these flats are formed itself from by psychologists. Why? To form social gatherings, but it's not happening in flats. What happens is that all are staying inside the locked rooms and they're not enjoying it. Why they are formed for this group type of living is that these type of social gatherings, if we think our child should have mental health, what we should do is that we should throw the child to the society. Let them have let us have family groupings, family gatherings, and see the mental health found to be the most depressed patients are more in those cities and metropolitan places where there is no time at all for this type of gatherings. Okay.
Okay.
Even see for the foreign countries earlier itself this type of they have dance. They what happened to them is that their environment or their temperature is such a raised such a low phase and they have cold climate. What happened is they don't have our opportunity just like us to go out to the environment. So what they formed is by the psychological effect itself. What they planned is that after 7 o'clock they are going for dances and parties. So why they have planned is that why they have planned in such a way that the temperature there is very low and the skin can't tolerate this type of cold climate. So by doing this type of alcoholism and dancing, what happened is the sippings and all that. What happened is that will raises their happy hormones. For that climate it's okay, but for our climate it's not okay. But what we are doing is that we are doing the same in our country, but it's not suitable for our climate. That's a difference.
Okay, I also think that the happy moments in the family and in the public
Very
can
good,
increase
very good.
these
Yeah,
happy hormones.
yes.
Okay.
Not only
Okay.
happy home, not only in the family, sir. Why see this type of autocratic type of relationship existing in any place that will reduce the happy hormones. That type of Raja Praja relationship won't create help the secretion of this happy hormones either in the husband-wife relationship or in the parent-child relationship or in the official relationship. For what it is autocracy is existing, one is doing one and somebody is there to control them, and these type of autocracy came only by the British rule, I think so, or any type of European system only that happened here, but for us it's not necessary to continue the same thing. Okay, so autocracy existing anywhere where the person can't express this type of that means a type of Raja Praja relationship won't create any positive effect on any system.
Okay, thank you for your advices.
Thank
Thank you,
you, Dr. Jayachandran, and thank you, Dr. Nithya. Dr. Danesh or Dr. Ram Parvesh Shah has raised hand again. Huh?
Yes, yes, thereafter I shall talk. He's trying to.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
Doctor.
you, Anil. Thank you.
Ah.
Laughing is the best exercise. Laughing is the best exercise. Increase happy hormone and deficiency of elements. Magnesium, potassium, and ferrum, sodium. Deficiency of elements due to cause of hormones. Happy hormones increase deficiency, rightly deficiency, the potassium or magnesium, sodium is called happy. The laughing is the best exercise. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Dr. Boblin want to say
Dr.
something.
Boblim? He
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Ajini. Thank you for the lecture, the webinar today, the session by Dr. NITHYA on the happy hormone in relation with homeopathy. And I think it has a very good effect on our attendees today, especially Dr. Ram Pravesh. He's extremely happy today. And Dr. NITHYA and Dr. Jayachandran also very happy. And everyone is very happy. I think it's a very good session. Thank you very much.
That is, happiness is a communicable disease. If one is happy among the group, means everyone will become happy.
Yeah.
That's also the magical effect of happiness.
Yes.
And
Dr. Ajini is very happy.
yeah. While listening repeatedly, happy itself create happiness in us. Okay, Dr. Danesh, you can now.
Yes, as everyone pointed out here, that this presentation was really excellent, and Dr. Nithya has done a beautiful presentation once again in this forum, and definitely happy hormone can do a lot of things even without any medication. But of course, the thing is that you will have to just give the starting, just like give the fire, then it will just give a light then the fire will come out just like that. If you are able to produce a smile in the patient, definitely the patient will, his diseases will come down, and he will be very happy with the treatment, not only with the treatment, but with the patient relation, with the relationship with the doctor also. Not only that, thereafter the patient will be able to communicate with those who are around, those who are there with her, or those who are around her, and all those can bring out happiness in the home also. This is what the content Dr. Nithya might have that thought, and not a person with love. She is also a person who always smile. There is no need of any. She never goes like this grim face, just like me. I used to do it during some of my presentations, but of course,
Don't degrade yourself, doctor.
I'm not reading. But
Sir, 1 second. One point I just forgot. Main point what I forgot is that meditation. I forgot. It's a very good measure to increase the happy hormones. Why? Because on meditation there are a lot of meditations are available. Whatever meditation we do, it's very effective. Why? Because the energy passing through the nerves. It's very important. Especially there are some meditations like Vipassana meditation that is having very neurological effect upon the body to increases the our stimulating effects, because we are going through a lot of emotional hurts day by day, and if you, it's not easy to just put a bar or a screen to that type of hurts that's happening in our everyday activities. So what we can do is that we can do this type of auxiliary measures, and what all entered our body, just keep a screen on the our sense organs. I say just keep a screen on the 5 sense organs and filter using that screen. What all negatives that may just delete it out, and use that screens and filter them. And if then also something may enter inside. So for that, for vending out that type of negative emotions, we can use this meditations and vent out these negative energies inside that entered our body. So meditation is a very, 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 just like yoga, laughing. The third, a wonderful treatment is, or the auxiliary measure is this meditation. Okay. I
That
just
may be
forgot
the
it.
yes, sir. That may be the reason why some people always visit the temple when they are having lot of temple or churches when they have a lot of problems, and when after coming down from the pilgrimage, they feel happy and they feel that, oh, my disease is something that I have. It is there.
Sir, 1 second. For the visiting the temple, the psychology behind that is why they are alleviating, or the pain is being alleviating, is because, see, what happening in temple is that our five sense organs are getting activated. How? Through the smell of the samprani thiris and all, just like the sticks and all that. What happens is that the smell is entering through the nose, and so songs are there, or chattings are there. So what is that? Again, positive energy is entering through the ears. Then they are giving some water, just fluid, something just like that, and we're drinking it. For temples and church also, something to eat and all that. With that positive energy, we are eating it. So it is touching the tongue and it is touching the senses. So what happened? Our five sense organs are getting activated. That's a prime cause. Okay, that's the psychology behind that. Okay, sir.
Yeah, five sense organs are getting involved, and more than that, the energy of the place is exactly different.
Energy of the place, because
energy
what
of the place is the same
see,
wavelength, right?
Yes. So what energy of the place, on the emotional level, what is happening is that what all are doing, all are giving positive affirmations only, no negative affirmation. So what happens is the energy of the places also altogether there will be whole positive energy.
And one more thing is, whether the God is hearing or not, I don't know. But even though when they are submitting their prayer, they are thinking, I already given, the solution will come back. If it is due to affirmation, it is due to law of attraction, it is due to God's effect, I don't know that. But they are thinking like that.
Exactly. There are some people
that is
used to believe that they are just throwing away their
their
bad
emotions,
points
everything, every complaint.
then bad points. So and
They're
they are
submitting everything.
and they are getting the blessings from the God out of that.
Maybe after they are getting some belief that my problem solved, that the effect itself will cure the problems of the.
Anyway, we are lucky to sit up with
And
two
one more thing, Dr.
psychologists.
Nithya, you told that put a filter and release the this one, that one. That won't that won't help us. You have to teach one day
how to give the filters. Yeah, I'll teach. Let us stop.
Simply saying filters and all, everyone cannot absorb. So you have to teach one day.
Okay.
What is this filter? Even while I don't know, everyone can absorb. Even though some are thinking, yeah, how to filter all this? So you have to teach. One day we will arrange such a class of Dr. Nithya
We'll
for
discuss.
meditation, right? Dr. Danish, what is your opinion about that?
Okay, madam.
Yes, sir, definitely we need such presentation, because that's why everyone is interested and everybody is watching with the videos also. That means that the interest, all are interested in. Dr. Bob Lim, what's your opinion on that also? Please unmute.
I have to unmute. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think we need to have some positive, what we call that, mental attitude, positive thinking, to release the happy hormone too. You know, there are so many things like Dr. Nithya has shared that we need the five senses, you see. And I have attended a special course, the happy, something like a happiness course. So they ask us to do something that is to release the happy hormones inside us, the endorphins and all these happy hormones. So I think that could be applied, in our practice. How we're going to go about it.
Okay,
So
now it is.
it's a mental power is a mind.
Yeah, social gathering gives more happiness, even though the social gathering, like in the virtual gathering, also gives us the half amount of happiness to us. Anyway, I am not interfering the happiness of Dr. Shaila, because every time whenever she is sitting here, I am not handovering the moderation. I'm continuing with the questions. Today, for her happiness, 1 minute before the session, I'm closing the English session, and I'm welcoming Dr. P. Shaila for the Malayalam session, happiness. And thank you, Dr. Nithya, on behalf of IFPH. It was excellent. And we'll see you soon for the other meditation classes.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And Dr. Shaila, I'm giving you the giving mic to Dr. Shaila. Thank you.